Hey again everybody, PJ here. I'm kinda sick. Let's play some Enter the Gungeon. Maybe I'll feel a little bit better in a bit. So, I have been playing, like maybe an hour or two a day since my last recording session, which was a little less than a week ago. I've learned some things since then, and I've also unlocked a bunch of stuff. I made it to the 5th floor for the first time, died shortly thereafter, but you know, progress is progress. The past couple days, I've just been kind of trying to get back into the swing of things, because I haven't been doing terrifically, but we'll see how things go. I'm gonna try not to be super results oriented. I don't think that's fun for anybody. So yeah, just gonna shoot some smiley blob creatures. One thing I've learned is it's apparently a fairly, popular piece of advice. Hold on, let me just readjust my chair here. Apparently a fairly popular piece of advice that you should save your non-starting pistol guns for bosses and the 3rd floor, basically. Ooh, pardon me. That one came out of nowhere. I'm all discombobulated here. Basically all I mean by that is, because ammo is so limited, you want to save, your powerful laser rifle whatevers for bosses, and once you get to the 3rd floor, which is where the difficulty really picks up, you can start using them more freely on regular enemies. There's some exceptions to the rule, obviously. It's not a law that's set in stone, but I've been playing by that the past couple days, and I think it helps a little bit. Mind you, I think just the old ethos of practice makes perfect applies perfectly well here too. That is the stuffed star, which I have not had, and the wind-up gun, which I have, and which is pretty good. I would like to get the star so I can finally figure out what it does, but we don't get it. It's not a huge deal. I will say I've been seeing less and less discussion about Gungeon lately already, and it's a little sad for me, I feel like kind of the hype has died down a little bit already, but for me personally, I don't think I'm gonna stop playing anytime soon. Maybe I'm wrong, but, I'm still having fun with it. If you guys are still having fun watching it, I see no reason not to record once or twice a week. We just have a regular chest. I've gotten into the habit of just shooting these whenever they show up. Usually they're not worth the key. If you're in a super desperate situation, they can be, but not too often. Let's go fight our boss, shall we? It's Gatling Gull. Alright. Whoa. There was a walking on air moment there for a second. I probably should have fallen into the water there, but through good luck or a strange twist of fate, I did not. Hey, this is something I've not noticed before. It seems like he can't shoot as often as long as we hit him with that crossbow. That's really useful. Ah, rolled right into it. That's another thing I need to. I've been given the advice, but I need to actually internalize it. Is that rolling, and I did it again there too, actually. Rolling is not always the solution to your problems, even though it is very useful. I think those are the same two hegemony credits. Kinda hope they are. We got the regular shotgun, a refill for our crossbow, and yeah, alright. That went okay. I would have liked to do a no-hit, but can't always make that happen. I think that is something that will become less important as I get better and better at the game. You know, in the early days of something like, I mean, I know the comparison's kind of tired, but something like The Binding of Isaac, everybody was always very up on HP maximizing runs, hitting the HP cap, that kind of thing. Then as people got better, it kind of started to die down a little bit. Maybe that won't be the case here, but, you know. I think it will be. Another game that that was true of was Nuclear Throne. I know for a while everybody was prioritizing one power-up that let you regain health when you killed an enemy. And now I think people that still play that game tend to consider that particular power-up not very good. But maybe I am misremembering. Pretty simple room with 4 bullet men in it. Speaking of bullet men, this is a bit of a spoiler, so you can mute the video for a moment if you want to remain unspoiled on the subject, but I found out something very interesting. There is apparently, and I don't know how to get them yet, but there is apparently at least one secret character in this game, and at least one of them is themselves a bulletkin. So, once I've completed the main game at least once or twice, I'll look that up, figure out how that gets done, and we can maybe have a bullet friend with us. Took a sip of my water tonight. We're all out of tea, so I just got plain old H2O with me. Which is, well, that was dumb. Which is fine by me, honestly. I mean, I don't mind water. And honestly, I should probably be cutting down on the sugar anyway. Not to go all old man on you guys, but it is the truth. At least it is for me. Come on. There we go. Oop. I didn't mean to use the shotgun there, but it worked, so all's well that ends well. Actually, I realized I told a bit of a fib earlier. I haven't been practicing Gungeon every single day because yesterday the new Hearthstone expansion came out and I was playing that all day. Probably gonna do a stream of that sometime either this week or next week. We'll see how my schedule shakes out, but I am very excited to produce video content of some sort for you guys to watch. Apologies to members of the audience who dislike the word content. I know it's a bit of a contentious term in some circles. Let's see here. Alright, there we go. I've come to really not like these maroon-shelled shotgun people. Also, I've gotten hit 3 times on this room, I think, which is just way too many. But those guys They drive a hard bargain, by which I mean they're a pain in the rear end. Regular shotguns, bullet can are too, of course, but it's the maroon-topped ones in particular will give me the most trouble. Try not to die here, that would be an embarrassing way to start the recording. Not an atypical one, mind you. I think I've come to favor the Hunter and the Marine as my two preferred characters. The Convict is interesting, but I don't like the Sawed-Off that much. And the Pilot has a very good active item, but his starting pistol is just super, super weak. So, you know, you kind of have to waive that rule I talked about earlier of saving weapons with limited ammo for the third floor and bosses. I kind of think that the Pilot is maybe more of an advanced level character, but that's just a hunch on my part. Let's open this. Grenade launcher. Well, you guys know what a grenade launcher does, I'm pretty sure. It's right there in the name, after all. Probably should have reloaded before I entered the room, but you know. No harm, no foul, I guess. Bit concerned about my HP, but not as concerned as I am about HP Lovecraft these days with the new Hearthstone expansion I was talking about earlier. That's... not even sure if I can really call that a joke. Oh, good. Hold on a second. Where's the grenade launcher? There we go. Let's just not get wrecked by these needle shots. There we go. Good, good. Again? Enemies like that I consider to be worth the ammunition spent, especially those Iron Maidens. We could fight the boss, but I think if we do, we will perish. So let me think here. I think we go over here and just explore a little bit more instead. You know, if I'm gonna die on the second floor, I'd rather do it while putting in the best effort possible. I'm not gonna, you know, die because of bravado or something. That's just silly. You gotta make the practical decision, even if it's not the one that will make you look the best. Alright. These sharks can be a pain too, but I think I've mostly got them down. It really is the shotgun men, I think, and the ghosts as always, but... Ooh! The green Guanzone. I believe that heals us, well, has a chance to heal us when we take damage. Which is not a bad pickup. Especially given how low we are in health right now. I wonder if that has a chance to trigger even if the shot only takes off armor instead of health. Oh dear. Okay, sorry I went silent for a second there. That took some serious concentration. Some high-level concentration. Alrighty. Got Table Tech Rage, which is pretty good, and we got HP, and we got keys. I will buy a heart. I will buy the Rage. And I'll buy a key, too. Hopefully we won't need that second armor piece. And I'm gonna sell you some junk. Whoops. Sell you some junk, Mr. Great Man. Great Man. Do-do-do-do. Great Man. Do-do-do-do. Come on now. There we go. Gave us 3 blanks for it. Somebody told me he has a small chance to give you 50 for junk. As far as I'm concerned, a small chance is a big enough chance for me. You can't skip these boss those boss introduction videos, but I find that they make a good thumbnail. Interesting trick there when she does that, like, that wave attack that petrifies you. You can look away and you're not affected by it. I would like to thank the Enter the Gungeon subreddit for that particular bit of knowledge, because I didn't know that before. It makes perfect sense, I just didn't think to try it. Ooh. We're out of whatchamacallit. Switch to the crossbow, I guess? Ooh. That was bad. I could have rolled through that. There we go. Alright. We get an active item, albeit not a very good one. The I-Bomb companion app blows up barrels and other explosive objects in a room. It's not exactly horrible, but it's not one of my favorites. And we're gonna switch to our shotgun, because now we are going down to the coal mines. I think they're actually gunpowder mines, but, you know. Details, details. Details, details. Okay. Alright. Those crazy coal guys are not as big of a problem as they often seem, at least not for me. Those weird frogmen that burp out bubbles with bullets in them are a much bigger threat to my personal existence. We're gonna refill our grenade launcher because we can use it on the boss on this level too. Especially if it's the tank. I don't think I've showed off in this series yet. Maybe I have. There's a lock on that door down there. Okay, don't get hit by the bubble bullets. I guess they'll unlock this. I'm curious as to what's going on here. Oh, it's this fellow. Okay. The M16, the drum clip, or double vision. This is a really good item. I'm gonna pick this up. I forget if I've showed this off, but what it does is it basically makes you fire 2 projectiles instead of 1. Projectile. Show it off right now. You can see our shotgun suddenly has a much wider spread to it. I mean, heck, even if I just switch to the revolver, it shoots 2 at once now. Okay. some ammo for a shotgun. Oh, I forgot we had Table Tech Rage. We should be using that. Gives you a damage buff when you flip those cardboard? Those wooden tables. I'm gonna pull out the grenade launcher for this. There we go. Ah. There we go. Mushrooms. And a coal man. Coal man. Ah, this is closed from the side. We'll have to find a way around. Which is unfortunate. I never use these temples. Which one is this one? Shrine to Sheltan, the Ammo Elemental. I think this one might take a gun and then give you ammo for your others. I'll test that later. I really need to memorize what the various altars do. I know the one gives you a heart in exchange for a gun. And one is like a random thing. Ow. Pegged in the dang face again. Insert your own joke there. I hate these guys, just because they're so hard to kill. Is there a movie called Hard to Kill? There probably is. Probably like a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Elephant Gun and the Ring of Mimic Friendship. I'm not really interested in those. I would take that heart if we had enough credits for it, but we don't. But yeah, there's gotta be a movie called Hard to Kill. Jean-Claude Van Damme or Bruce Willis or one of those dudes. I'd be more surprised if there wasn't one. Alright. We could fight the boss, but again, I'd rather go at it with full strength. Or at least the fullest strength possible. This room. Get out a crossbow for this one, actually. This one's interesting. And then guys will spawn in behind us over here. There we go. Ooh, a chest. It is locked, but I'll open it. What is this thing? A scrambler, bullet or the gun? This fires like eggs, doesn't it? Yeah. Alright. I don't remember how good this weapon is. Although it seems pretty effective so far. Wow. Dang. Heck, maybe I should be saving that for the boss. Regular brown chest I don't care about, I will shoot it. It'd be great if it could give me a half heart. Oh, it gave me an ammo refill. I'll fill the shotgun back up. This is part of the overarching side quest to get the true ending. I'm not interested in that at the moment. Okay. Now if I could just get an HP drop from somewhere, I'd feel a lot more confident about my ability to take on this boss, but... I don't know. Actually, I forgot that shop had a heart in it. We should go back there then and pick that up. Probably do it with 2 full hearts, I think. Maybe. Why am I not flipping tables? I should always be flipping tables. Green chest, which I would like to open. So I will save it and hope that we get a key from the boss. Alright. 2.5 hearts. Let's get the scrambler out and see what this egg contraption can do. Alrighty. The cannon Balrog. You know, I always thought Balrogs were like... well, there goes our perfect. I always thought Balrogs were like, it's probably a bad time to use double vision. Finish my thought. I always thought Balrogs were like big fiery demons. This guy's like a skull cloaked in shadows. You know, it's weird. I actually find these shots much easier to dodge than the ones that he shoots out of his eyes. Ooh. Never seen him do this before. Or if I have, I don't remember it. I like guns like this and the beehive that you don't actually have to aim. Mind you, it does its damage more quickly if we do hit him square in the face, but... I think we got this. I just need to not take a bunch of dumb damage here. Maybe we don't got this. Alright. Where's he at? There we go. Okay. Whew. And we did get a key, so we can go open that green chest now. But let's pick up our hegemony credits. We get the ballot. And, I figured out what that and the other items that increase your coolness does. Turns out that coolness is a stat that affects how often you get item drops. So it's actually fairly useful. I'm very glad to have it. Okay, make sure this ain't a mimic. We get the Demon Beam. I don't know if I've gotten this in the series yet. Basically, it spits fire. I think we can use this on our next boss and instead just use the scrambler on the next floor. Probably make our life a lot easier. Shotgun's fine, but, you know. We do only have 2 hits left. Alright, now allow me to be profoundly unprofessional as we enter floor 4 and check something real quick. Alright. Just needed to see something. Let's rock and roll. The scrambler is making short work of most of our enemies here. I'm loving it. Loving it like a McDonald's commercial. Ooh. Those things are nasty. Okay. Big screaming demon heads and evil blob, and there's quite a lot going on here. Oh, goodness. Well, that'll be the unceremonious end of our run. I've been recording for about half an hour, so I'm not gonna do another one, but let's buy something from the breach before we call it on the recording. What's Professor Oozman got up here? We can't afford all this. Gandromeda Strain, 25 credits. Holy goodness. Let's check in the collection shop. Eye patch for 8, sunglasses for 10. We'll get the sunglasses. Alright, you guys, I will see you next time. I am PJ, you are yourself. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, as it does help a lot. I will see you next time.